Hello everyone, this is Stone. Pardon my poor production value, but at least I got a tripod now. This is my EDC bag that is TSA compliant. I put it together recently because I was going to be making a plane trip. Turns out I didn't make a plane trip, but I still kept the bag this way. This is oriented strictly as an expanded wallet, if you will, so there's no quote-unquote survival stuff or anything else. This is strictly an urban type kit, but it does have some, I think, interesting features. This is not a Maxpedition, this is a Vanquest. I think Vanquests are actually better than the Maxpeditions, because the Maxpedition quality recently has started to drop off. Price-wise, these are comparable. This is a $30 bag, which is about the same price as the Maxpedition. Anyhow, let's get to see inside. Oh, before we get started, we'll start with the outside. This is a good-sized carabiner, all aluminum, doesn't weigh hardly anything. This is in case I want to actually attach a loop here to a belt, so it frees up my hands briefly. But otherwise, it pretty much rides right here. So it gives my bottom zipper something to reference from. Then I've got a long pull here for unzipping the main zipper, or what I call the main zipper. It's the top zipper. All right, let's see what we got in here. All right, let's go ahead and start from the right side here. Leatherman Piranha 2. These have been unfortunately discontinued recently, but you may be able to find one on the secondary market, of course. You've got essentially a pry bar, 2 sets of wrenches that'll take 1/4 inch, or the Leatherman bits, all stainless, plenty thick enough for normal light pry bar duties. Band-aid package with band-aids and some butterflies in there. Not much, not barely even a boo-boo kit, but it beats nothing if you get a paper cut or something that's driving you nuts. Olight S2R2, probably the best flashlight I think I've ever had, period. It runs from a whopping half lumen that'll last, I kid you not, 2 months. It'll burn for 2 months solid on this setting on a full battery, on up to 1100 lumens and a few different settings in between. Completely waterproof to at least 6 feet. I know because I've had it in water 6 feet deep when I had dropped my pouch into the water and I was looking around at the bottom of a lake that was along the edge at 6 feet. This was used to find this. So yeah, solid flashlight. Another Leatherman. This is the Style PS. So instead of having scissors, it has pliers and toothpick. And instead of having a blade here, it has scissors, which scissors are allowed by TSA. You also have, where is it? There it is. The file that also doubles for very small straight blades or most Phillips blades. Works as a good secondary pair of pliers, and of course has a carabiner for keys and whatnot. One of my favorite bolt action pens. If you're interested in the link, message me and I can bounce you the link. It was about 15 bucks off of Amazon. All brass. It's starting to patina a little bit now, which is nice. Not only does this make a pretty indestructible writing implement, I've also got Fisher Space Pen refill in it. Since it's one piece of solid brass, it'll make a fair impact weapon if need be. Just don't tell TSA that. Another one of my favorite pens, also in brass, Fisher Space Pen. Obviously still running the same ink unit as the other pen. This is a Cabela's microfiber cleaner. This is really good for not only your your cell phone to clean the glass, but clean watch faces, stuff like that. Any sort of electronics that you want pretty dust free. That was only about $6 at Cabela's, and it's actually made in the States. It's not Chinese junk. This is baby aspirin because I do have angina problems. This is one of the utility tools. It's got, I think, 11 different tools on it. A very small screwdriver. This is supposedly a bit of a box opener. It's got almost an edge on it, but it's still TSA compliant. Another screwdriver. The slot here is so you can run like a credit card through it to use as a stand, but with my Note 9 it weighs a ton, so it doesn't work that well. More wrenches, of course, more Phillips, and this is about 10 feet of 100-pound test cordage. Always have some cordage on you. This is the bit kit and adapter for my bladeless rebar. Now, it's not in the kit, but I'll go ahead and show you here. And by bladeless, they do actually mean this. It's a Leatherman, but there are virtually no blades. That's a file, and this side has the saw, but it's removed the straight blade and the serrated blade from this. But since this is the new one, it's got the replaceable cutters, so if I do manage to break or screw up the cutters, it's a pretty easy fix to square that away. This is what I was going to be carrying on the plane, which I've already checked is all completely TSA compliant. I got to take this out. This is essentially my wallet. This is my cards and whatnot, whatever cash I have there. This is a recent addition, again off Amazon. A pair of chopsticks. They screw together like so. And I'm actually kind of picky about my chopsticks. These are made of ebony wood, and they have plenty of grab for rice and whatnot else. In this bundle, you have a 3-foot USB cord for charging my phone. This is a silicone straw. It's about 14 inches long. These work really great, especially when they try to give you those crappy paper straws. You can use this instead. In here by Blackweb, this is a 10,000 milliamp power bank, which I like this feature. You bump that. I don't know if you can see that or not. But it's got the power rating on it. And then also in here is my foldable, love this little thing. It's a foldable fork, titanium. Also for times that I may go to a restaurant or something like that and they've got questionable utilities or no silverware or whatever, I can use this myself. So between this and the chopsticks, I have eating implements covered. Then that cinches up there. And that's about it. Let me know what you think. I will, of course, do the obligatory like, subscribe, etc. comments. But YouTube is a hobby right now. If for some unknown reason it actually takes off, then I'll start making these more often. But for right now, I will make them when the mood strikes me. Yes, I'm putting these all away because I've got OCD. Drives me nuts when this stuff isn't put back the way it's supposed to be. So anyhow, let's see here. Let's go with this first. That goes in, this goes in. It doesn't take that long to really set this back up. The O-light goes in right so. If you do this setup, I would recommend turning it to the side because there are times when the O-light will turn itself on if it's turned more upright, or as I like to say, left to its own devices. Goes there, goes here, goes there. You know, this is one thing I never do see. By the way, the cordage there is to keep this from flopping around. Sorry about the car. This is to keep this from flopping around, and easier to pull out as needed. All right. And there we go. Put you down there. The reason why I like these Vanquest bags, they compress really nice with YKK zippers. The whole thing weighs for all about 2.5 pounds, but this is my wallet, if you will. So again, like, subscribe, etc. Have a good one. Stay safe, stay sane.